Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello to the one person. Either way, it is the rundown. The season is actually almost over.
It's sad, isn't it?
And
Like the only blessing is the NFL's about to start when the season finishes.
yeah, exactly. So you just got a nice little chilled. You can just enjoy your summer. Well, enjoy your winter. Evening, Gary. So we can enjoy our winter, and then obviously everyone gets back into it all over again from uni ball, and then we go straight back into the summer once the season's over. So it's a bit interesting, a bit different. But we had 5 games. Well, 5 games played this weekend in the men's games. We had 3, I think, as we called them, the Gulag games. So Division 1 versus Division 2, who gets promoted, who gets relegated. And I think we were all correct across the board how it was going to go with these Gulag games. I don't think anyone really got the picks wrong in these ones, if I'm
in the Gulag games. In the Gulag games, no, I think we were all spot on. I think they were all, apart from one game, pretty straightforward.
Yes.
But no, we'll obviously go into it. But congrats to every team that got the win on the weekend. The ones that got promoted, the ones that have won a ring. Teams you can play for 10 years and not even get close to winning a ring. So really, really well done. Don't care how much it costs. Go out and buy a ring. It's something you can cherish forever. And well done to everyone.
Yes. Yeah, but let's go with the Gulag game in the south first. So we had Somerset Wyverns in Division 1 playing against Hereford Stampede from Division 2. This game ended 17-7 to Hereford Stampede. Now, not much of a shock, was it? The scoreline.
The scoreline was a shock because Somerset have scored 1 TD all season.
Yes.
But the result itself, no. Somerset will look. No one wants to get relegated, but I think that's a team that needed to come down to dust themselves off to come back up.
Yeah, it's always. I think it's always going to be difficult if you go through a whole entire season not winning any games, and then all of a sudden you've got to play this final game to really see if you can stay up, and then it is a bit of a kick in the teeth. But I do feel that if you aren't good enough to beat the team that's coming up,
you're not good enough to win that div.
There we go.
Yeah.
And if you don't have enough players, then you don't deserve to be in that division either. So you have to come down, rebuild, and then come back up and then try fight for your position again. But congratulations, Hereford Stampede. We saw you get relegated last year, and you came back this season with another promotion. Hopefully, you could do a lot better in the new season next year and potentially stay in Division 1 as well. Next game is Berkshire Renegades versus Oxford Saints. This game ended 28-0 to Oxford Saints.
No surprise, really, the Saints winning. Again, I think you made a comment before about, player numbers. Is there a bit of that pride of, I'm not playing in a relegation game, rather than, I want to play in a promotion game? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't know. You weren't. I wasn't there. Oxford Saints got the job done. Well done. Congratulations. Be interesting to see them in Div 1 next year and what they can do. Poor from Berkshire not to get a score on the board. Obviously, if anyone was at the games, let us know what.
So this game was streamed by us. Okay. It was streamed. I haven't had the chance to get to watch it yet because I was at the Division 1 finals. So we will get onto that later. But it seems like it was a good game. But for 4 quarters, it looks like it was just a touchdown each half.
Yeah.
Each quarter. So it
job done by offense, job done by defense.
Yeah, exactly. But let's go up to the north. Now, this is one that obviously had a lot of controversy behind it from the get-go.
Yeah.
Due to, who was it?
Shropshire Revolution not completing their game.
There we go. Shropshire Revolution not completing all of their games. They obviously had one game against Northampton Knights that got cancelled off because of a player injury, and it did not get rescheduled. And the game was given a walkover or just cut completely?
Nope, it wasn't. They've not even classed it as a result. So if you go on the BAFA's league table, every team in that division has played 8 games apart from Northern Knights and Revs. So right. it's listen. The only people you'll find disagreeing with that is people who don't like Birmingham and Revs players. That is the only people you'll find disagreeing with that. It's just it's poor again from BAFA. Look, can Birmingham appeal this? You know, I made a comment the other day to a few lads at training, because let's say my team wins our playoff game, we'll go into a league where 2 teams have gone up, because you've had the Alphas and the Nighthawks go up. How are we doing tonight, gents? All good, by the way. So then you've only got 4 teams in the Div 1 league. You can't do that. Would they maybe keep Birmingham in there pending an appeal and move Revs to our league? That might make sense. I don't really know how they do it. Birmingham, look, they had some really close results. That league was a bit of a mad one. We were all predicting, and then there was draws. But fair play to Leicester. Let's not shy away from how good Leicester have been there. 49-8 against the very decent Birmingham team, who were a good team. Wow, I'm looking forward to seeing what Leicester do next season in Div 1. If they can keep all them players and keep doing what they're doing, who says they can't win 2 promotions in a row?
It depends on what division they get put in as well.
I can see them getting put into the one with Steelers, Surge, and all them. It makes logical sense for that, but we are talking about BAFA.
Yeah. But you know what? Leicester Panthers got screwed over out of staying in Division 1 last year. Yeah. So the fact that they have now just come back and regained their position in that Division 1 contest, it means that, they were always ready, they were always good to go, and it's something that you can see that they...
It shows character though, mate, because we all know what people like to get up and run when stuff's not going well. Some people move for different reasons, which is fine. But, when your team's getting battered week in, week out, there's players just like, I can't be bothered. I'd rather do something else on my Sunday. And that wasn't the case, with Leicester. Like you said, they did get proper done over. But look, we've played them 3 times. They're a good set of guys. They're a class outfit. It's going to be great to see what they do off season and next season. Birmingham, good luck with the rebuild. I mean, I don't even think it's a rebuild. They were putting in results against Div 1 teams anyway. It's just you said before. That's a question I'm going to ask you actually. You said before, obviously all these teams coming down and Hereford went back up. Out of them 3 teams that have went down, do you fancy any of them to come back up straight away?
Birmingham probably.
Yeah.
Birmingham probably the only ones. I don't know if Somerset will have enough. I don't think Somerset will beat whoever they need to beat to get promoted back to Division 1.
Yeah. Yes, Ace. Mark Brunson. Sorry, no. Do you know what? The guy Mark Brunson there. I've played D-line with him. He's like he's got like when you meet them people who are like freaky strong.
Yeah.
I've seen him pick up with someone, literally run and throw them like they were a ball. He's just a unit. I hope he gets back playing. I'd agree with you. I can see Birmingham coming straight back up. I don't know enough about the Wyverns and the Renegades to say that
I don't think either one will be in the position to get promoted next year. It'll definitely be someone else in those divisions.
But would have you said that about Hereford last year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look what Hereford have done.
So Hereford were in a very difficult division last year, and they were in the division with I'm probably guessing on some of them, but they had Bristol Apache.
Yeah.
They had South Wales Warriors. They had, I believe it was Portsmouth.
Okay.
And I believe they had South Solent.
So
I believe.
You've mentioned 14 better playoffs this year, so it is a difficult league.
Yeah. It was a very difficult division for them, and they got steamrolled last year. So it wasn't easy for them to do anything, but hopefully they be able to recruit a bit better. They'll be able to, do something different, and we'll see what happens with Hereford as well. But Leicester, Pamford, Oxford Saints, and Hereford, congratulations, and I guess welcome back to Division 1.
Welcome back. Just
makes sense. Oh, it was Bournemouth. There we go. Thank you, Simon. It was Bournemouth, not Portsmouth. So Portsmouth were probably in a different division, but yeah, it was Bournemouth. So it was always going to be a difficult division for them to even do anything. But we did have 2 Division 1 finals. We are going to talk about the North first, just because both teams will automatically promoted up to the Premiership next season. We have Scunthorpe Alphas 6, Merseyside Nighthawks 21. Now, I need to ask you a question. What has happened to Merseyside since playoffs? Because they've
recruited really, really well throughout the season. I've said this a few times. So I've predicted the Nighthawks to win a few times, and you've kind of looked at me like I've got a third head. I've seen it. Don't worry, I rewatched the footage. I get it. But they've recruited really well. Now, I know some of the players they've recruited, and the good players, they're very good players. So obviously, they've been training together. They've been, and the players that they're recruiting, ex-Titans players who've been to playoffs, who've been in them playoff games, and they've had to raise it up a level.
Yeah.
Look, well done, Nighthawks. They've clearly had a plan. They've stuck to it. The team's all stuck to it. If everyone's singing on the same hymn sheet, even if you're getting beat once or twice, they are a very athletic side.
Wow.
I watched the footage as much as I could after work. Their O-line were absolutely phenomenal. There was a few interceptions as well from the defense. They've got a very, very good defense. The D-line was spot on. Alphas, it just didn't click that day. But well done to Nighthawks. They looked really, really good in the game. It's clicking. They're all working together as a unit. It's going to be interesting. Do you know what? It'll be really interesting to see them back in the Premier League next season. And the reason I say that is you've got some Titans players who've left Titans for whatever reason. They've chose to left and they've gone to Nighthawks and it's gone really well. There'll be other players going, is it good there? Yeah, come over, try. Did you get what I mean by that? So I'm not saying they're going to go in there, and I'm not saying that they're going to go in there and make things shake and stuff. But it's going to be really interesting, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that Prem next season. I'm not playing I'm not playing next season. I get to watch it all as a fan and hopefully do this with you guys next year. So I can't wait to see what's going on with it. I think that Prem next year is looking stacked. Alphas will be wanting revenge against Nighthawks. There'll be some good games next season. Nighthawks have the little rivalry with the Titans. That's going to be great to watch. So, listen, it's a local rivalry. Look, the results obviously haven't.
I know Manchester versus Liverpool. It's always there's always that anger and
100%. So it'll be interesting to see what Nighthawks do in the off season. But well done, Alphas and Nighthawks getting promoted. Well done, Nighthawks. There's loads of lads there. There's a few lads who are great lads. George Banya, he's a great guy. He's now got a ring. Tim deserves a ring. He's got one. There's some Belton lads there. So no, well done. And they've got the business done. Got the ring.
Yeah. All right. So let me just clarify this. All right. So I played with Reese back when we were both at Blitz Youth or Juniors as it is now, whatever. And obviously, I've had stick for Nighthawks all entire season because I didn't expect Nighthawks to do anything good.
Can I ask why?
Because they were absolutely horrendous last year, and the fact that I believe they didn't have enough players at certain points last year to finish a bunch of games, which I didn't think that they would obviously recruit very well. And again, I'm also going off of the premise that, again, I don't know as much of the North. So I just go off of what I've seen, what the reports that I've gotten. So I don't know who's done any good recruitment because, you know, there's not really much footage that's able to get shared out or anything like that. So there are reasons why that I did. But I gotta eat a bit of humble pie. Okay. And I have to say congratulations to Nighthawks on winning the Division 1 North. Obviously, you don't have to play anybody in 2 weeks. Your season is finished. It is done. There is no North and South game. So obviously, that is it. And you now get to prepare for the new season.
Can you imagine, right? Because I was thinking about this the other day.
Go on.
Can you imagine if, and let me just get this right before I make a bad divvy out myself. If Nighthawks and Stallions arranged a after-season game to determine the division of the Div 1.
Stallions will win.
But again, you're underestimating Nighthawks. But you get what I mean?
I'm not.
No, look, I was more saying that in terms of it'd be great for someone to do that because Baffa certainly aren't going to do it. Someone put a comment of never poked a Nighthawks bear. Listen, I think, you know, I backed them to beat the Rams. I didn't think they beat Sandwell, but they did. And I backed Alphas to win on the weekend. So, you know, humble pie getting sped around a bit there. But I want a break. Let me have my break. Nick, you did absolutely spot on me. You know, Nick's an ex-Titans player. So, like, you know, he's played for Romans. Nick's a hell of a strong, you know, great player. But again, this is what I'm saying about they've had a lot of fun winning that crown, winning that ring this season. Are they going to recruit well from other clubs? You know, because, like, for example, the club I've gone to, people have told me it's great, it's a good laugh, everyone's dead friendly, this. So that'll do for me. Do you get what I mean by that?
I get you. Sorry.
I'm a boring.
No. I'm just absolutely tired. What I will say is they will have to recruit well. They will obviously have to keep the players that they've kept. Because we all know, everybody knows that Division 1 to Premiership football, even though the product isn't where we would expect it to be at the moment, it's a very big difference. If Division 1 is, let's say, below my chin, Premiership is probably up here. The way that teams play are completely different, and it is absolutely crazy. Look at him making another prediction after 0.1 seconds of thinking. Have you not?
That's on you, mate. Not me, mate.
No, I just know that the Stallions are probably, obviously, one of the best outfits in the South in Division 1. And yeah, I believe that they would be able to do it. I don't have any. There are problems that I could say, but you know,
there's one way to settle this. We get both teams to hire a pitch halfway there. Div 1 final, unofficial final, not any connection with Baffa. Little friendly postseason game, and then we can determine who the winner is.
Yeah. Well, that's not covered by insurance, so that ain't never happening. But again, at the same time, it is going to be interesting to see how both Scunthorpe Alphas and Merseyside do in the Prem. They will obviously be joining Nottingham Caesars, Manchester Titans, Coventry Phoenix, and East Kilbride.
East Kilbride, yeah.
Yes. So obviously, it'll be interesting to see how that works. But we will, see what happens next year, April. Yeah. Season should start next year, April. So we will see. But the South Division 1 final was a
belter of a game by the sounds of it.
Yes. There was a lot of things in this game, but the game was Wembley Stallions 14, East Kent Mavericks 11. Yes, Wembley still do have another game to play. They will be playing Hertfordshire Cheetahs on the 31st. That's no. We will no.
Go on.
No, we will never do under. Wow. 2025 underdog Nighthawks over the 2018 underdog Eagles. No, that's that. Why did I even give that comment any time of the day?
There's a comment there, Brad. Yes, you do, mate, but well deserved, mate. Hope you enjoy your ring. He had a belter as well from the foot of dice team. Belter.
Yes, that journey to EKP is going to be fun. You know, you got them journeys, but that comes with the life of making it to the Premiership.
Absolutely.
But Wembley Stallions versus East Kent Mavericks. This game was streamed by Depth Chart Sport, and this game was amazing. I would say it was very defensive, but there were a lot of drop passes. It was a Div 1 final at the end of the day. There was a lot of drop passes. There were a lot of bad mistakes, bad coverages, overthrown passes, underthrown passes. The running backs did their jobs, but Wembley Stallions running back number 33 did a lot of work. As he has done all season, he has rushed that ball and he has made the yards when it has been needed. As well as the Stallions defense, they stood tall when they needed to as well. So it was definitely a fun game to be a part of, especially with the sun and the fact that it was only one game in the South that was on. Everybody showed up to watch this game. So
how many were there?
Great. Oh, I'd definitely say over 100.
What about that field goal at the end that was missed?
So it's crazy because there were two field goals in that game. The first field goal of the game was missed wide left. The second goal of the game was missed. The last field goal of the game was missed wide left. It was like you just couldn't make it up. But I think a lot of people were going off of that and just saying, you know what, let us, let them get a field goal. Let's go into overtime. Let's extend this game. But in my eyes, I was like, let's get this game finished because,
get off the court.
That was happening. This was played now, but it was a good game. There were obviously things that could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Obviously, both QBs weren't really completely always accurate as well onto their receivers. And sometimes the receivers would get the ball to their hands and then just drop it. So it is one of those ones that is going crazy. So
we're getting spammed in the comments here. They clearly
I know. Minus.
They clearly want us to talk about Nights. Listen, I'll let you carry on.
We will come back. We will come back to the Nighthawks after. Let's finish off the Nighthawks. Just spam.
Let them spam. They've deserved it.
They deserve it. I have to admit, they do deserve it. But Wembley Stallions are one game away of making history. They have never been in the Premiership. Now they have to go up against the 1-8 Hertfordshire Cheetahs. With there being a really random rumor that I heard yesterday that apparently the game might not get played.
What?
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how true the rumor is, but it's been floating around that it might not get played or whatever's happening.
Cheetahs pulling out.
I don't. That's the consensus, but I don't think Cheetahs will do that. I believe Cheetahs will feel that they will play the game. So I don't know where the rumor came from, but I've heard it quite a bit, which I was very shocked at, because there's a lot of people on the Cheetahs that will obviously want to play this game. They want to stay in the Premiership.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very difficult. It won't be simple, but I do believe that this game will be very interesting, especially as I can just walk down the road. So it's beautiful for me.
But do you think if cheaters do the game plays, cheaters will get beat?
With looking how this season has gone, if they don't even have, I believe they didn't have enough players. Like they had like 24 for their last game of the season.
But you said to me before that this is Div 1 and this is Prem. So does that?
Yeah.
Because we've yet to have I think I'm right in saying this. We've yet to have in like the Gulag thing a team, a relegated team win essentially. You get what I mean?
Yes, exactly. We haven't. It's all been the team that's been champions of their division. There are things that are alarming that will probably happen in that game, and there are things that you just have to see. Now, if the Wet Stallions come out how they did against every other team in this season, they should easily score maybe 30 points, give or take, dependent on if what cheaters can stop the run. Because the run game is very, very good at Stallions.
They're really gunning for you in these comments. Reese is, I'll tell you what, mate, Reese is got a target on you, pal.
Reese can say whatever he likes to say because you know what?
Nick, I agree with you, mate. I absolutely scrap the game, pay for Hawks to come down, Div 1 final, get me Baffa CEO on the phone. Can anyone get the Baffa CEO on the phone?
No, not that. No, that is a conversation for another day. But Division 1 and Division 2 are technically over, apart from two games. Yes, I was just getting there. There are technically two more games to go. It will be Hertfordshire Cheetahs versus Wembley Stallions on the 31st of August.
Yeah.
And it will also be, I'm going to screw this up, Lincolnshire.
Oh, what are you doing? No!
Lancashire Buccaneers. There we go. It is the Lancashire Buccaneers versus the Sheffield Giants on the 31st of August as well. Those are going to be two interesting games. Hawks and Div 1 is over to. Oh, God.
Mate, I'll tell you what, mate. I'm just smiling. I think, yeah.
So we've got two more games: Division 2, Division 1 Gulag between Lancashire Buccaneers and Sheffield Giants. Obviously, the game should have been played yesterday, but Sheffield Giants were able to get the game pushed to the 31st. So we will all have to see and understand how that goes. Bro doesn't know ball.
They're coming for you, mate. I'm glad they're not coming for me.
All right, hold on. We've got to settle something. We got to understand that the South is always better than the North.
I disagree, mate. I disagree. And we're gonna find out, mate. We're gonna find out because you're gonna pay me my 50 quid this weekend as well, by the way.
Sure. So now that we know the two games that we played on the 31st, who will be playing in the Brit Ball finals in the Premiership? So the two games that we have on this weekend, we have Manchester Titans versus Bristol Aztecs. Now, this matchup happened 3 years in a row. This is the third time that these teams are meeting in the semi-finals. I believe it says.
Oh, I swear there's like a group chat going off.
Yeah, 100%. No.
There's a group chat going off now, right? And it's like, how many times can we get Micah to break? Yeah. How many times can we get Mateo to laugh? I tell you what, you're doing well.
Here's the thing. I know that the group chat's popped off because the viewers jumped from 22 to 40 to 48 to 51 within a second. So I know that the Newcastle. I already know. Look, it's okay. It's okay. You lot come for the hot takes. You lot come for the quick remarks about your team, and it is. We all love it. Exactly, Sam Johnson. Looking forward to an all-South final again.
Behave, Sam. Sam, you're chatting absolute rubbish.
But look, we have this is the third time Manchester Titans versus Bristol have played against each other. Mm-hmm. When Manchester Titans were the dominant force for 2 years, They obviously beat Bristol quite a bit over and over again. So last year when they finally did it, it was sort of like a reckoning. Now, I do believe Bristol Aztecs will beat Manchester Titans. I believe it will be a late kickoff from what I believe.
I don't know about the kickoff. Sorry, I was laughing at another comment there. I don't know about the kickoff, but I already know I'm picking me. There clearly is a very detailed rivalry in the past few years with these. I think when the Aztecs won, I had a few mates playing O-line for Titans, and I think every one of them was injured by the second half, and it wasn't nice injuries. And obviously, the O-line are a big part of your team. Listen, I'm backing the Titans. We've got a £50. This is essentially the £50 bet, because we had our bet last week for anyone that wasn't there. If Titans win and get to the final, when they win, Micah is going to donate £50 to a charity of my choice. And for some reason, because I'm never usually wrong, if Aztecs will win, then I will be donating £50 to Micah's choice. And there you go, 3 p.m. kickoff at I'm not saying that.
At Bellevue.
Yes.
Wow. At the Bellevue, 3 p.m. kickoff at the Bellevue. So your pick is obviously Manchester Titans.
Yeah. Look, they've got an absolute brilliant defense. You've seen how much they improved with that result over Coventry compared to the first result. So I'm looking forward to that one. Sorry, these comments are coming in thick and fast. But no, I think it'll be a brilliant game, and I'm hopefully going to get to watch it as well.
Yeah. I believe this game will most likely be streamed on the Titans YouTube page as well, so that we have something to look forward to. But looking at the league results of the season, Manchester Titans obviously scored 203 points and only conceded 30 out of 8 games. And then Bristol Aztecs scored 380 and conceded 83 points in 10 games. So there is, a bit of difference there. Send the 50 to an animal charity, Mateo.
I do a lot for cat rescues and stuff around there and dog rescues. So yeah, that might happen. That might happen.
Fair. So again, it's going to be a very interesting game on Sunday, and I believe the weather is obviously going to be warm.
Relatively warm.
Probably not relatively warm, not too hot, not like it was on the weekend where it was like 25 degrees, 26. So it should be nice and chilled for both teams to play up in Manchester. So, seeing as I'm taking Titans, you're taking No, I'm taking Aztecs, you're taking Titans.
First rule, if you say it, you've said it.
I already said that I was taking Aztecs.
Gashed 3 weeks ago. I got gashed 3 weeks ago because of that.
No. Doesn't matter. Next up, in the second Premiership semi-finals, we have the London Warriors hosting Coventry Phoenix. Now, this matchup has happened, the last 5 years? Obviously, before COVID as well. It's happened multiple times. And the Warriors have always taken this game home, especially when they're playing in Greenwich as well.
I love an underdog story. I would absolutely love Phoenix to win. But
is that who you're picking?
You're not? No, you're not. Let me finish. Again, you're interrupting me. You're being a typical Arsenal fan. Let me finish.
You're not back in the North and the Midlands, no?
You're asking me who I think is going to win. I think the Warriors are going to win, and if I would love to be proven wrong in this one, mate. I would love to. You would, mate. I'd embrace the humble pie on that one. Good luck, Coventry. Literally, go out and do whatever you can, smash it. If you win, you'll find me celebrating. But yes, I did predict Alphas, Nick. I did, mate. But no.
They're coming for you now.
I know, mate. I know. No, I think the Warriors in this one. They've been brilliant all season.
Yeah, the Warriors have always been probably the strongest outfit in Brit ball.
Obviously, I only joined in halfway through on this season. Did you predict the Warriors to do as well as they are at the beginning of the season?
I picked the Warriors to win it all.
Really? Oh, fair, mate.
Yeah,
fair.
It's basically just looking at a spade and seeing that it's a spade, you know what's going to happen. It's the question is there anyone that's going to be able to make a shot? Probably not. And looking at Coventry's record for the season, 5-2-1, fair enough, but they've only scored 129 points.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like they've got much of an offensive team or defensive.
Look, yeah, you won't find part of me disagreeing with you there, mate. I mean, look, Coventry will only be getting bigger and stronger. It'd be good to see what they do off season. But yeah, we've both picked the same on that one, mate.
Yeah. Perfect. And it's the year of the birds. No, it's not. Sorry. I'm sorry. I actually broke on that one. I did not mean that, but it's the truth. But before we go towards the end, there was an incident that happened on Saturday as well. I'm sure everybody has seen the footage that Sport Tank released from the women's game. That's not the way that a season should end. A mistake that Nighthawks didn't have much of an offense in the regular season either. Okay, you play in the North. What do you want me to?
They're gunning for you.
They gun for me. That's fine. Div 1, Div 2 finals spoke more about the Prem. Not too sure what to make of that statement, but I digress. There was the women's semi-finals between London Warriors women's and Solent Thrashers. The game ended 13-14 to Solent, but there is something that we saw. There was a video that we saw that the ball crossed the line on the 2-point conversion, but the referees did not call it a conversion, and obviously awarded the fourth down. The extra point was not awarded to Warriors, with the QB making it into the end zone, and it seems that is a big mess up, with the referees admitting that it was a mistake, that the play was never replayed. Now, it's hard to actually head something like that, even though with all the discussions that we've had all entire season about being on game and feel like there's fairness. And that's not the way that you expect the season to end, when you've scored and then get told that it never happened.
The thing is they've got it on the footage as well. So that's where the hardest pill to swallow is. It's, do you know what? But what are Bath going to do about it? Did you get what I mean? What are they going to? What are they going? They don't even release a statement about it. At what point did the refs admit the mistake? So, like, refs are going to make mistakes. People are going to make mistakes. We know that, but it's what action. Is there a statement released about it? There's not, as far as I'm aware. There's nothing.
I haven't seen anything yet.
So it's not good enough, especially when there's. I mean, how many refs were at that game? Do we know roughly?
I believe it's a full squad.
It was 6.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable at all.
It's very difficult, but when you look at the footage that Sport Tank released, obviously you can see that it's a 2-point conversion. It was scored, so it's hard because obviously all these girls make the good game, and it was a very competitive game with the season. It was a good showing of women's football as well. So it's difficult to obviously hear these things and just be upset that you see that it's just, what do you do?
If you watch the footage as well, you can see that they're not celebrating, but they're giving body language to define that
the QBs,
that we've done it. We've got the points, and the defense, the heads are a bit gone. You can see that, because if the defense would have stopped that, it'd be, what, if you're a defense and you've stopped a goal line TD, you're celebrating like you've just scored a TD. There's none of that. So I just don't get where it's so horribly wrong. And they lost the game by 1 point.
It should have been the other way. Yeah. And the figure is, looking at the footage, you just see the QB walking with the ball in her hand.
Yeah.
Walking up past the referee. Like, it's something that you can easily see. It's not. And what makes it worse is that you see the initial force from the O-line pushing the D-line back. So they've all crossed the line.
Yeah.
So how in the world that doesn't get that's not converted, I don't know, but it's very unfortunate.
I will say this. So, like, obviously we represent Sport Tank on this. We are not exempt from criticism. We'll post videos and stuff. We're not exempt from criticism. This isn't a dig at referees. This is us. Well, this is in my opinion anyway. This is us wanting something done to stop this happening again. And we know we're not going to get VAR. We know we're not going to get VAR when with everything and all that. But what's going to get done? Because that anyone watching that with a bit of education on the game knows that that's touchdown. So why do 6 people not know? Like it's so easy to see. And we don't want to get, I'm saying I would assume we don't want to be sharing clips where, incorrect ref decisions, because it puts more pressure on refs who get so much abuse. And I always speak about respect towards refs. This is why I'm not like these refs. I'm not trying to go down that route. Because refs get so much abuse for so little pay and giving us so much time. It's just something needs to be done to stop anything like this happening again. You can't go in it with the narrative of the refs are this, the black, this. Something needs to be done about it. I clearly hate refs. Yeah. I played in a game once, mate, and I think we were 4th and 1, and we went for it. And I'd done my shoulder, so I was on the sideline, and we were counting, and I think there was 12 or 13 defense players of the opposite team, and we let the ref know. He went, "All right, 1 sec." The play went. They stopped the ball. They got the ball back, and we were like, "Ref, I didn't have time to count." And it's like, and again, I'm not trying to slate them because again, they can, people make mistakes, but something needs to be done about it. And the Warriors definitely deserve a big. Hello, Dean. Congratulations, mate. Absolute cracking job. Just mad.
It is, and hopefully something will get sorted out about it at some point. But unfortunately, it is Birmingham Lions versus Solent Thrashers in the finals on the 6th of September, I believe, because the men's final is on the Sunday, the 7th, which at 1 p.m. But yeah, we have come to the end of our show, Mateo. Yes. We have what? 3 weeks left. 3 weeks left. So next week is the Premiership semi-finals.
Yeah.
Then we have the promotion relegation matches for Div 1 and your game.
Yeah.
And then we have the finals. And then we are out.
I'm just giving you a heads up, like regardless of the result of our game, I'll be in a very rough condition on that one. I'll be in an absolute horrendous state. I think I've definitely got a night planned out after that. So yeah, that'll be.
You'll be fine. You'll be sober enough. But no, it's definitely been a great weekend of football, especially with everybody being out and the weather being good, and we all got to see something. One team's potentially about to make history in making it. Well, Scunthorpe have never been in the Premiership either, have they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So no, 2 teams have made history.
Yeah, well, yeah. Honestly, I think that Prem will be great next year. Obviously, Nighthawks back in it. they'll kind of feel like they should never have went down. You know, maybe they've learned some lessons from going down. And then you've got Alphas. You know, a few mates at Alphas as well. Alphas have got a great setup. So you know, you imagine the you know, the Alphas will recruit really well from the Rams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know, it's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, it will be. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the rundown. Now we will have to say congratulations to Hereford Stampede, Oxford Saints, Leicester Panthers, Wembley. Oh yeah, Merseyside Nighthawks, Wembley Stallions, and potentially in 2 weeks we'll be saying congratulations to Mateo in getting promoted to Division 1.
Let's not jinx it.
Or we'll be saying congratulations to Sheffield Giants in surviving and staying in Division 1 as well. So we've got it's going to be a very interesting couple of weeks. We've got 2 major big games on the weekend. We've got Manchester Titans versus Bristol Aztecs. That is kicking off at 3 p.m. from Bellevue. And then we have London Warriors versus Coventry Phoenix in Greenwich, down in South London. Most likely a 2 p.m. kickoff, and hopefully I will be there as well. So we don't have anything else to say, people, until next week. Merseyside Nighthawks, you are unbearable. Anyway, my name is Micah. This has been The Rundown. This is my partner,
Mateo.
And I hope you all have a great week. Hope you are celebrating Merseyside Nighthawks. You lot go and celebrate because, you lot have been promoted out of somewhere. But, all right, fine. Tobo, you have been asking this question multiple times now. Stallions versus Nighthawks, who would win? All right, let's have a look, shall we? Let's go off the stats. Merseyside Nighthawks scored 133 points, conceded 169. Wembley Stallions scored 408 points in the regular season, only conceded 24. It will be Wembley Stallions, in my book, that will win this game. Compared to the stats, they pretty much walked over the quarterfinals and the semi-finals in the South as well, and then had a tough finals against the second best team in the Division 1 South. So I go with Wembley Stallions. Mateo, who'd you go with?
I'm going to go for the North team. Look, we've seen that there's different levels of, you know, how hard some divs are in Div 1. I'm always going to pick the North. Yeah. I still think it should happen. I think it's a bit, you know, unfair on the teams. However, they've all got a bunch of rings. More teams are able to get rings, so well done to all of them, regardless.
That is true. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being with us for this. Well, obviously, you have to be unbeaten in the playoffs race. That kind of goes with. All right, this just proved my point about the North. Anyway, catch you all later, guys. Hope you have a great week, and I hope you all stay safe.